Well, thank you again to the Virginia State Bar for hosting this wonderful event. It has been my honor to be with you tonight. And as I mentioned in the beginning, you were going to hear two very different views of the future of Virginia. And the stakes could not be more high, and the differences could not be more clear. Because we have an opportunity to chart a new course, or we can continue on with the same stuff that we've had for the last 3.5 years, where workers are illegally fired and no one steps up, where people's pocketbooks are under siege because of illegal tariffs that have gone unchallenged, where people stand to lose health care in this Commonwealth, more than 350,000, and others have their insurance premiums skyrocket, where a woman's right to an abortion will be under siege, where our communities feel less safe and less secure because their funding that they so desperately need goes away. Right now, we have an Attorney General in Jason Miyares who is a willing cheerleader for Donald Trump. He has done nothing to help us and protect Virginia in these last 9 months. He has been a cheerleader for the president. Again, they hang out at MAGA rallies together. I will see Donald Trump in court to hold him accountable for Virginia. And I also talked about that promise, the one that we want to fulfill to every single citizen in this Commonwealth that is driven by progress, opportunity, and safety. And it's exactly why we have listened to our friends and neighbors and family members and coworkers and strangers from across the Commonwealth about the challenges that they face right now. People complain about costs being high. We put out a plan to lower costs, to go after the corporations, to root out corporate fraud, waste, and abuse, to hold utility monopolies accountable, to make sure that we go after those pharmaceutical companies that are raking in profits that belongs in your pocket. It's exactly why we put our public safety plan together, a comprehensive public safety plan made in conjunction with state and local law enforcement leaders from across this Commonwealth, people who are dedicated to making sure that all of our communities are safe and secure. We can crack down on violent crime. We can support victims. We'll create a dedicated drug trafficking unit. We'll work with local law enforcement to get that done. We'll get illegal guns off of our streets. I've done it as an assistant attorney general. We don't want more guns on our street corners. We want less. And it's exactly why we'll also protect our kids, to keep them safe with a dedicated child safety unit, to make sure that we crack down on the abusers and the predators and all of the folks who want to do our children harm, and also keep them safe from the threats that they see online that are emerging every single day. It's exactly why we'll hold the corporate landlords accountable who jack up rents and make it unaffordable to live. People deserve to have a roof over their head, and the Attorney General's office deserves to put its full weight behind it, as opposed to siding with the corporate landlords. And again, we have to make sure that we hold those utilities accountable because we deserve honest and fair bills as opposed to rates that continue to rise. That is the promise that I believe in here in Virginia. It's exactly why I'm asking for your support as Attorney General. We have a chance to chart a very different future. Donald Trump doesn't run this Commonwealth. Jason Miyares seems to think that that's who his boss is. He'd rather be Donald Trump's pro bono attorney than do his job. And it's exactly why Donald Trump endorsed him, the only one running on the Republican ticket this year, for re-election. He said, Jason will never let us down. And you all know that Donald Trump has spent the last 10 years telling us every day that he cares more about himself than anyone else. Virginians deserve an attorney general who will hold him accountable, who will protect us from the excess and overreach that you're seeing every single day, to fight for those Virginians who are illegally fired, to protect our pocketbooks, to protect our health care, to make sure that we use every ounce of our bodies to protect civil rights and civil liberties here in this Commonwealth, including a woman's right to an abortion. These are the stakes. They couldn't be higher and they couldn't be more clear. I ask for your support in this election come November 4th, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you to build a more prosperous Virginia and fulfill that promise that we owe to the generations behind us.